Hello and welcome to the news on NTA International. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Let's begin with the headlines. Counting of ballots underway as voting closes in Côte d'Ivoire's presidential election. Madagascar's former president Andry Rajoelina loses citizenship after fleeing amidst a wave of youth protests. And Nigeria's First Lady Olorunmi Tinubu inaugurates a digital learning center in Zamfara State. Counting of votes underway as voting closed in Côte d'Ivoire's presidential election. President Alassane Ouattara, who has been in power since 2011, is running for a fourth term. A bid complicated by the absence of his main challengers from the ballot. Comfort Fashion reports.
Voters cast their ballots for presidents, with incumbent leader Alassane Ouattara widely expected to extend his rule. The 83-year-old president, who has been in power since 2011, is seeking a fourth term at the helm of the world's leading cocoa producer. The election takes place amid controversy following the exclusion of key opposition figures, including former President Laurent Gbagbo and former Credit Suisse Chief Executive Tijani Thiam. Their disqualification has fueled allegations of an unfair process and cause for nationwide protests. Among the four remaining candidates are former Trade Minister Jean-Louis Billon, former First Lady Simone Gbagbo, civil engineer and Pan-Africanist Ahua Donmelo, and centrist Henriette Lago. None of them are backed by major political parties. Côte d'Ivoire's last major electoral crisis in 2010 and 2011 resulted in more than 3,000 deaths. While the government highlights years of economic progress and improved stability, critics argue that growth has not translated into broad-based prosperity, with many citizens struggling under rising living costs. Authorities have deployed over 41,000 security personnel across the country to maintain order following sporadic unrest that have claimed at least 4 lives. Demonstrations have been banned and several individuals have been sentenced for public disturbance. Nearly 9 million citizens are eligible to cast their votes. Comforts, Fashion, NTA News.
Madagascar's former president Andry Rajoelina has lost his citizenship after fleeing the country amidst a wave of youth protests and growing political unrest. The announcement comes as his former advisor and prominent businessman, Mami Nyaneina Ravatogmanga, was arrested in Mauritius on allegations of laundering more than $160 million through assets held in the country. According to a spokesperson for the Financial Crimes Commission, Ravatogmanga was detained in a private clinic in Port Louis where he was sought medical treatment. Authorities say the arrest is linked to an ongoing investigation into the transfer of approximately $163 million suspected to be proceeds of criminal activities. Rajoelina's final days in power are marked by massive demonstrations over rising living costs, corruption, and prolonged power and water shortages. The unrest culminated in a coup by an elite military unit, forcing the president to flee the country, claiming his life was at risk. On Friday, Madagascar's transitional government announced that Rajoelina had been officially stripped of citizenship, citing his acquisition of French nationality in 2014, a move deemed illegal under national law. Reports say the whereabouts of the former president remain unknown. Malaysia is preparing to host the leaders' summits of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN. Security has been heightened around the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, where the summit will bring together leaders from ASEAN member states and their dialogue partners. Comfort Fashion reports.
Malaysia is on the verge of welcoming world leaders as the nation is gearing up to host the Association of Southeast Asian Nations ASEAN Summit. The high-level meeting taking place at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre is expected to bring together heads of state and government from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations alongside key dialogue partners including China, the United States, Japan, India and Australia. The summit comes at a critical moment for the region as member states grapple with complex economic, security and geopolitical challenges, from maritime tensions in the South China Sea to concerns over trade disruptions, climate change and regional stability. Malaysia, serving as host, is positioning itself as a bridge builder, emphasizing the need for unity, economic resilience and peaceful dialogue in addressing shared regional concerns. Security has been heightened around the capital, with hundreds of police officers deployed near major venues and hotels to ensure the smooth conduct of the event. Analysts say the summit will test ASEAN's ability to present a cohesive voice in divisive issues, particularly amid growing competition between major powers and different national interests within the bloc. Beyond politics, the agenda will also focus on economic recovery, digital transformation and sustainability, key priorities as Southeast Asia continues to navigate the global economic slowdown. For Malaysia, the summit represents both a diplomatic and strategic opportunity to reaffirm its leadership role in regional cooperation and its commitment to the ASEAN vision of peace, stability and shared prosperity. Comforts, Fashion, NTA News.
The federal government is implementing reforms that are already repositioning Nigeria as a hub for innovation, private sector growth and international confidence. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, stated this at the Renewed Hope Global Dialogue in London. From Apanyi reports.
The event, with the theme Strengthening Global Partnerships for Economic Renewal and National Rebranding under the Renewed Hope administration, brought together leaders, investors and experts to discuss collaborative pathways for Nigeria's economic growth and global reputation, aligning with President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda. The federal government's intention is focused on economic reform, attracting investment and improving national perception. Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris highlighted the impact of President Tinubu's administration on Nigerians. Idris said the federal government has evolved the ease of doing business to attract foreign direct investment, as well as making Nigeria the investors' hub on the continent of Africa. With the country out of the grey list, the world is seeing Nigeria as an emerging economy and investors' destination. In Abuja, from Apanyi, NTA News.
In a display of unity, culture and compassion, the Arewa Cancer Control Coalition has launched an initiative in Abuja to promote cancer awareness, early detection and treatment to enhance cancer control in Nigeria. Uche Ugochukwu reports on the essence of the Adire for Hope.
Love, encouragement and compassion have helped cancer survivors on their journey, enabling them to stand brave amidst turbulence, high cost of treatments and near-death experiences.
Has not been
This
easy.
is the story of survivors like Titilayo and Mercy.
The journey has not been easy. The finances, cancer is so expensive.
And cancer being something that everyone sees as a death sentence. At first it was really, really hard accepting the truth, but because of the hope people gave me, the community.
As vibrant as the color pink may appear, it serves to raise awareness about cancer and strengthen champions to keep hope alive. Uniting cultures regardless of language or tribe, fostering self-belief and overcoming stigma and fearful thoughts are the vision of Adire for Hope. The group, in partnership with other advocates, uses pink Adire fabric as a creative way to raise funds for cancer survivors.
You find it very hard to get the attention of the crowd So we are using creativity and innovation to, like how you see now, a lot of women are wearing the adire, so that makes it more fun, and that makes it more inviting for everyone to join in this fight.
National Healthcare Insurance is covering very little out of the diagnostic as well as the cancer care spectrum. So I think that these are areas that we as advocates need to work more on, particularly with the kind of data that we're generating.
All hands are called on deck to reduce the burden of cancer on individuals and society at large. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
Now, at the core of Nigeria's development agenda lies one question: how much food can the nation truly produce? The National Bureau of Statistics is on a mission to find out through the National Agricultural Sample Survey, a large-scale data collection exercise across all 36 states and the FCT. Musa Abubakar reports from one of the farms in Kokona local government area of Nasarawa State, where this vital exercise is taking root.
Before the cities wake, the farms are already alive. Here in the quiet rhythm of the countryside, Nigeria's story begins. But today, something different is happening on these fields. The farmers are not just harvesting crops, they are harvesting data. This is one of thousands of visits taking place across Nigeria. It's part of the National Agricultural Sample Survey, or NAS, led by the National Bureau of Statistics.
Experience on this, the household, some households are so difficult to interview, but now we account like two people now.
The aim, to listen to farmers, measure their fields, record their yields, and turn their everyday realities into information that shapes policy.
Challenges that we are facing in the field, especially the farmland from the household is a little bit far from the household, but so far so good. The survey is okay. Yeah.
Each entry made on the field, each bag weighed, each herd counted, will travel hundreds of miles to the National Bureau of Statistics headquarters in Abuja. There, teams of analysts will transform the field reports into insights that can guide national policies, attract investments, and enhance food security. Agriculture contributes more than 20% to Nigeria's GDP. But behind the number lies the sweat of millions whose stories often go untold. Now, through data, their voices are being counted and their challenges made visible. In Abuja, Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has reaffirmed the current administration's commitment to continuing to empower education through providing digital learning centers, scholarships and skills training. She stated this during the inauguration of a digital learning center in Zamfara State under the Renewed Hope Initiative's e-library program. Haliru Mohammed reports.
The e-library program is a component of Nigeria's Renewed Hope agenda that focuses on providing digital resources and fostering an e-library culture through educational and empowerment programs. The program provides digital learning centers, offers scholarships and vocational training and digital skills, especially among women and youth. This is a digital learning center established at the Zamfara State Library Board in Gusau by the Renewed Hope Initiative in collaboration with the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA. The center was inaugurated by wife of Zamfara State Governor on behalf of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu.
To the good people of Zamfara State, particularly our students and educators, I urge you to make the best and most judicious use of this facility. May it serve as a powerful tool for learning, growth, and the building of a brighter future for generations to come.
The Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, Kashifu Inua Abdullahi, represented at the event, said the initiative also provides computers to students to access a wider world of knowledge, learn new skills, and explore remote work opportunities. The initiative received commendation from various stakeholders, including government officials and education experts, who emphasized the importance of proper maintenance and utilization of the facility. In Gusau, Haliru Muhammad, NTA News.
You're watching the news on NTA International. More reports when we come back from this break. Stay with us. You're welcome back. In the dynamic world where societal norms and patterns are shifting, Nigerian women are proactively embracing these changes in empowering ways. This forum, focusing on women's self-actualization and mentorship, serves as a revealing experience, shedding light on contemporary transformations, highlighting the role of spirituality in everyday life.
We want them to assure them that no matter the situations that life is calling on now, they should not give up. They should keep putting their hope in God.
Don't go against the government. Whatever the government are doing, God is the one that put them there. Be praying for them. And then they are praying for them. Avoid with what they are saying. There are a lot of benefits that you can receive from the government.
Various sessions explored key areas including family values, parenting, health, career growth, marriage, financial independence and spiritual nurturing. The event featured a medical outreach where participants discussed their health concerns.
Here today, then we can be sure that going forward that our nation we can have a nation that is built on righteousness.
Now, when you hear Dar Communications, one name comes to mind. Raymond Okwesi, pioneer of Nigeria's first private television station, AIT. 2 years after his passing, his legacy in broadcasting still resonates as media professionals, governors and lawmakers gathered for the second annual Diamond Lecture held in his honor. Charles Arthur reports.
The name Raymond Okwesi still echoes through the airwaves, a name that continues to inspire even in death. His memory remains fresh in the hearts of those he touched.
As we remember him, let us uphold and live by the legacies. I personally will never forget him.
Today we gather not only to remember a man, but to rekindle a movement.
To many, he did not just change the face of broadcasting in Nigeria and beyond. He turned dreams into frequencies, not only as a broadcaster, but as a voice that opened doors for others to speak, providing Nigeria and Africa a platform to tell their own stories. 2 years after his passing, Raymond Okwesi's legacy still shines bright as the second annual Diamond Lecture by Dar Communication PLC and the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations brings together voices of those he inspired, from media professionals to national leaders and lawmakers.
He was a man of ideas. He epitomized the dignity of believing in yourself and excelling in what you believe in. Those virtues accounted for his elevation to the rank of fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations.
I saw a man who used the station first to promote internal conversation between and within Nigerians, but never dedicate the station to running down his country. He is from Edo State, and those of us from Edo knew what Raymond Okwesi was for us.
With the theme Communication and Development, the focus was on information sovereignty as a powerful tool for nationhood and national growth.
Communication binds a nation together. Dr. Okwesi understood this truth instinctively. For him, communication was never noise. It was nationhood.
The special guest of honor and governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, conferred with an honorary fellowship of the NIPR, delivered an inspiring lecture on effective leadership.
Nasarawa State and I are probably in the right direction to make things great. And that's the area they wanted me to speak. So therefore, I return to that question. What does it take to be the first? What does it mean to be the first?
To many, late Raymond Okwesi may be gone, but his impact on the broadcast industry remains unforgettable. a great man who walked the earth and left footprints that continue to inspire. Charles, Alpha, and
Corps-Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps Sheikh Mohammed says the Corps will continue to sustain its 24-hour driver's license production across the country. This was as he urges Nigerians yet to get their driver's licenses to go to their centres of application for immediate collection. This was during a visit to the Lagos State Mini Print Farm to reveal activities there. Oyeyemi Ajayi has details.
Since the announcement of continuous printing and issuance of driver's licenses by the Federal Road Safety Corps, driver's license collection at the Corps' offices nationwide have experienced an avalanche of people who have come to retrieve the valid documents. A visit to the Lagos State Command of the Corps reveals non-stop activities with continuous attendance to people on a daily basis. Mrs. Moteliola Onofeko is one of those who have come for renewal of her driver's license. She explains her experience at the center, describing it as seamless and very easy.
The process is okay and they give the elderly preference.
Just like Mrs. Moteliola, Calvin Chinedu has as well come for his renewal, and he talked about what happened and how long he had stayed.
I came this morning and they organized, we even had lecture this morning about the road sign and pattern of driving, but it's okay. And look at now, I'm just about to do my capturing.
The Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Sheikh Mohammed, had directed a 24-hour operation in all driver's license centers with the target of settling all backlogs by continuous production of driver's licenses. At this mini print farm in Lagos State, 15,000 cards are produced daily, and within 2 weeks, over 100,000 have been produced, aside 1,850 licenses produced per hour. For now, about 51,257 driver's licenses are unclaimed across the 25 centers in the state, a source of concern to the Corps.
Production from the input of the machine to the output takes less than 20 seconds for a card to be out. So it means we can produce over 1,800 in 1 hour.
For the officers of the Corps, especially at this print firm, no slumbering. All hands remain on deck, operating shifts to ensure all targets are met, and the machines remain active 24 hours. And for the people, no more doubts. The Corps says, take a step, and surely their driver's licenses are waiting to be collected. From Lagos, Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Some political party matters now. A division is emerging in the Northern Caucus of the People's Democratic Party over the endorsement of former Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, SAN, for the position of National Chairman as consensus candidate by some party leaders from the region. Governor of Zamfara State, who serves as chairman of the Accreditation and Special Duties Subcommittees of the PDP Elective National Convention, says the grievance will be amicably resolved. Details with Timothy Yusuf.
Some PDP leaders from the north recently endorsed the former minister Kabiru Turaki as the national chairman of the party ahead of the Ibadan convention. In a twist, other leaders from the northwest zone have rejected the endorsement, saying they were not consulted. Prominent among those opposing the adoption is the National Organizing Secretary, Umar Bature. While inaugurating the accreditation as well as special duties subcommittees, Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State is hopeful of a hitch-free convention. On the northern leaders' adoption of Kabiru Turaki as their choice of chairmanship candidate, Governor Lawal believes politics is about interest.
I don't think that should be something we should be concerned about, because in politics, it's about give and take. No matter who is selected, there will always be agitation from the other members. So it's normal as usual. It is something that is internal, and we are working on making sure everybody is on board.
The medical subcommittee of the PDP Elective National Convention is also inaugurated. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu celebrates former First Lady Dame Patience Jonathan on the joyous occasion of her birthday. In a congratulatory message, the First Lady joins former President Goodluck Jonathan, the children, grandchildren, family and loved ones of Dame Patience to rejoice with her on the occasion, praying God to grant her many more years in divine health, strength, joy and peace. And with that, we conclude the news on NTA International at this time. Thank you for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye.